This training is real-time comping of a property, whether this is a deal or no deal. Talking to a private client of mine, and they were asking me about a deal, and I told them, hey, you know what? Let's go live. Let's use this time to do a training for the entire Science of Flipping Academy group, as well as the REI Masterclass. If you are not a part of the REI Masterclass, I suggest you should be. I mean, we had, the best of the best are teaching and training from Sean Terry, Kent Clothier, Brent Daniels, James Hawk, Aaron Pimpus, Daniel Clayman, Eddie Speed, you name it, Pace Morby, everybody's in there. They are the experts training you in the REI Masterclass. So I suggest you become a member very, very fast. Anyways, with that said, I will jump into this training. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen, and I want to go through how I was helping my private client look at this property to figure out whether it's a deal or not. So let's see if this is a deal or no deal. All right, so first things first, I always use PropStream. If you go to TSOF Data, which stands for the Science of Flipping Data, tsofdata.com, they will give you a free 14 days to use PropStream. I really, really encourage it, because even though I have access to MLS here in my market, I use this because it is a very fast, down and dirty, and very accurate way to comp properties, as well as so many other great things. You can see here they have cash buyers, foreclosures, auctions. And so what I did is I simply typed in the address here. This is the address that we're looking at. So it's right down here. Immediately as I see this, I immediately am like, oh no, this looks like commercial. But let's dive in and take a look. So what I'll do is I'll immediately go here, kind of look around. I see that there is a lot of residential. Because that's commercial, I want to take a look. So I go into Google Maps. As I put it into Google Maps, I see, oh my gosh, I am right. Shocker. Massive commercial / parking lot here, and commercial here. Potentially residential kind of on one lot. Couldn't quite figure it out. I'm guessing residential, but our beauty queen, that bad boy is right here, and it just gets me excited. I'll tell you what, right away I got pumped up about this deal. But listen, all jokes aside, a deal can be a deal regardless of what you see on a picture. I mean, all it takes is the right buyer, and I have some great buyers that love to buy in this area. So I'm going to go through this. I'm going to actually go through the process of figuring out, can this possibly be a deal? The owner is in Mexico right now. The tenant will not give pictures. So we have no access to the property in the sense of, can I try to get pictures? No. So during this COVID time, that tends to be somewhat common. So I will treat this as I would anything else. And so I jump in to PropStream. Again, tsofdata.com will give you a free 14 days. I suggest you go there. I jump into details. And I start to do a little view, like 109. Whoa, okay, that's a little high for what I just saw. The bed bath count, all right, so it's based around that. It can't be any more than a 2-1. I'm guessing a 1-1, being that it's 500 square feet. So I will do another step. I will jump over here. I will go to Zillow, because Zillow is a little more accurate these days than it used to be. I will put the address into Zillow. I don't know why that's doing that. Phoenix. Okay, I just want to, yeah. So it has about the same data. We saw that picture again. I might close this and kind of just get another little view out here and just kind of see what's going on. There's nothing for sale, so that makes me happy. Here's our nice property. They think it's 122. I think that's a stretch. But as you can see, there's other properties in this area, 850 square feet for 134. This bad boy is 1,000 for 120. So there are smaller properties. I'll do a quick little comp here since I'm here, just to see what has sold. We have 250, 186. I don't like even jumping 7th Street, by the way. Broadway and 7th. This poor property couldn't be in a worse position on a major intersection, backing to two sides of commercial potentially. It looks like this is likely residential next door, but this little bad boy, this is a tough go. But you have 125, 120, 159. Here's a 36. And I might just click on that to kind of see what's here. Looks like it was just a lot. You know, so shoot. So here's a 30. What is a 30? Jeez, my knees, man. I think that's just a lot as well. It might be that. But it sold for 30 back in 2017. My student, her and I were discussing, and the seller wants 65. So I'm going over here as well, just kind of looking at the price point of where this got, you know, 76 back in December, 950 square feet, probably a 2-1, one bathroom, does not say, you know, so man, I'm getting a little more encouraged. I do know that the seller wants 65. That was their starting number. This sold for 76. Can't say that this, you know, ours compares to this right now because this looks a little better. But let's keep going down the path. So I feel a little better. I know it's not 107. I can tell you that much. I would definitely say it's less than 65, which that other home sold for. So I just kind of look at, you know, who's mailing name, Martin Sanchez, my student confirmed that's the person we're talking about. I'm confirming square footage, APN was the same. That's all good. So then I'm going to go in here and I want to look at the mortgage. My seller said there is a mortgage. She does not know how much, or my client said there's a mortgage. She does not know how much. It currently has a tenant. The tenant is currently paying $600 a month. Through PropStream, they figure he bought it for $152 back in 08, which is 12 years ago. That seems awfully high. Probably bought at the top of the market somehow there. And then estimated loan balance 121. If that's the case, this deal is dead, right? There's no chance for this deal because there's no way someone's going to come in and pay 121 for this as a moment in time. But let's keep going down the path. We will then jump in here. And I want to see what comparables we got. We got, shocker, we got one comparable as a time being for public records, MLS or both. So let's just go with both. Let's try to open this up. I would say try to open this up to 1,000 square feet. All right, and then I'd say a minimum of 300 square feet. Just kind of see what we can get here. There are going to be some dupes in here because we're looking at both MLS and public record. And so public record are going to be the blues, the MLS is going to be the greens. I want to jump in here, obviously, and get as close as we can. I do not necessarily want to jump 7th Street or Broadway here. So I want to look at like 4. What did 4 get? 4 got 114,000. I don't have any pictures. See how many square feet this bad boy was. Well, it was a 1 bath, 698. Gives me a little bit more hope. Built in 1936. Our property was built in 1931. So this, you know, number 4 immediately, wherever that is, number 4 immediately gives me a lot of hope. Now I don't have pictures, so I don't love that because at 114,000, I have to assume it was remodeled to some level. And because it was necessarily off market, I don't know where I'd be able to get those pictures. I could try to skip trace it, but I'll just kind of assume that it is what it is. Now 6, where's 6? I'm feeling 6 is over 7th Street. 6. Oh, I'm sorry, 6th Street, number 1. That's what I'm looking for. Where's number 1? 7, 3. Let's just go out a tad. Yeah, number 1's over here. 76,000. That's the 950. I was just seeing that in Zillow as well. So that got 76,000. Now again, I think this is the same one that's on Zillow. Oh no, bummer. Hate when I do that. So let's go back to details. Let's go back to comps. So scroll down. What address is that? 4603 South 6th Street. 4603. Yep. So that is that. So, I mean, I'm somewhat hopeful that there might be a play here. 76 here. The other one was 114 that had a lot of similarities here with the 698 in terms of square footage. Ours is 500. Year built, similar, right? 36, 31. Now, you know, our lot is a little bigger. That gives me some hope as well. But again, I would guess this was remodeled at some point, wherever 4 was right there. So then I start to look through and through. I mean, what I like about seeing all these numbers is there's nothing as low as what the seller wants, not even this one. So, you know, how far back are we going? We're going half a mile out because I don't want to cross 7th. I don't want to cross Broadway. How long are we going out? We're going out a year. So there's a little hope here. This is where I would tend to say, okay, well, depending upon the condition of the interior, I don't love the number of 65,000 that they gave me. Obviously, everything above that, everything that has sold in this area is above that, including the lowest comp in the last year. If we push this out even further, you know, went to 2 years. I don't know if it did anything. So this seems to be, yeah, there's 15 now. So again, I mean, I have some of these, I'm looking for kind of very similar square footage. I like 3, that sold for 109. When did that sell? In June. What year built was that? 36. So again, kind of comparable here. I'm pretty hopeful. Now here's the hurdle. This was built in 26. Holy gats. Ugh. Sorry guys. I keep moving too fast and freaking Max, huh? Here's the hurdle. You know, the ones that I like as comps, I'm not finding pictures. So this is, let's see what this bad boy looks like. All right, well, this is definitely not impressive, right? I mean, they put walls up, nothing terribly fancy, and sold it for $1. It's only 636 square feet, built in 62. It's 30 years newer. Sold it for $1.20, I think here. $1.34. $1.34. Let's see what a $75,000 deal is here. This does not impress me either, right? 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 844 square feet, built in 51. You know, I have a little hope here based around what he wants, but so this is a bar tavern. I don't even know why that's in there. So we could do that property class and just put residential. But again, you know, this is how I'd look at this. And then here's what I would do, guys. I quite literally would go, I would go right in and start talking to the seller about trying to get some pictures. I would try to figure out if there's some room there. There's not a single home that is in that price point, right? So the closest one is the $76,000 deal. And unfortunately, we don't have pictures. So I think there could be a play here. And I would say we need to get pictures. We need to know the tenant is currently paying $600 a month. It's month to month, so there's no lease. And if the owner is willing to evict them, if we come to terms, then, you know, it might be able to be a deal. I would say I would want to do a drive-by. I would love to get pictures, because if you guys remember this, look at that little, that's a tough little go, I'd have to say here. That does not look luxurious. So I would definitely be, and I don't know if you guys got to see that. Let me share my screen one more time. That little backyard is a beaut. So this does not look luxurious. It does not look like easy cleanup. So I definitely need some level of a discount. I mean, I immediately would start to likely come in at, you know, 40. I'd kind of try to anchor them. Let's see if we can go at 35, 40, and then from there, figure out why he won't take that. But at the end of the day, what I would tell you is I'd also ask how much their loan is. Do they have a loan? Do they know how much? What are they paying every single month? That starts to get a baseline. Like if they still owe $120,000, they might be paying $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $1,000 a month, depending upon their terms, right? I have no idea. Likely no bank lent on that. It's probably some level of hard money. And so some of the stuff we got to figure out. Again, terrible location, couldn't be worse. But I'd probably anchor an offer around 35, maybe 40, and go from there. So.